why you still miss the person who hurt you. You know they weren't good for you. The evidence is clear, the pattern repeated, the pain was real, and yet, late at night, you still reach for your phone. You still replay the good moments. You still feel that pull in your chest. This isn't weakness. This is your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. The paradox you're living in. You're caught between two truths. One part of you remembers the harm, the other part remembers the hope. And the worst part? The hope feels more real than the harm. This is called the intermittent reinforcement effect. When someone hurts you consistently, your brain learns to predict it. You build defenses, you adjust expectations. But when someone hurts you inconsistently, when they alternate between warmth and withdrawal, your brain enters a different mode entirely. It starts gambling. What your brain is actually doing. Every unpredictable reward triggers a dopamine surge. Not when you get the affection, but when you might get it. This is the neuroscience of slot machines, of checking your phone compulsively, of why uncertainty is more addictive than certainty. If they were terrible all the time, you'd leave. If they were wonderful all the time, you'd relax. But the pattern of good, bad, good, bad, good, that keeps your ventral striatum activated. That keeps your prediction error system engaged. That keeps you believing the next interaction might be different. The attachment wound. Here's what most people miss. You're not just missing them. You're missing who you were allowed to be when they showed up. Psychologist John Bowlby called this the attachment behavioral system. When someone is inconsistent with their presence, your nervous system never settles. You exist in a state called anxious activation, always scanning for signs, always trying to decode their behavior, always attempting to earn the safety you should have been given freely. And when they're gone, that activation doesn't stop. Your body is still waiting for resolution. The story. You tell yourself. Your brain is a meaning-making machine. It doesn't just record what happened. It builds narratives to explain the pain. And here's the narrative you probably built. If I had been different, they would have stayed. If I had done more, they would have been kinder. The problem wasn't them, it was me. This is called self-blame as control. Because here's the terrible truth. Random cruelty is unbearable. If someone hurt you for no reason, if their behavior had nothing to do with your worth, then the world becomes unpredictable, unsafe. But if you caused it, then you have power. You can change. You can fix it. So your brain chooses the story that gives you agency, even if that story destroys your self-worth. The grief beneath the longing. What you're mourning isn't just the person. You're mourning the version of yourself who still believed. The one who thought love could be earned through effort. The one who hoped consistency would eventually arrive. The one who hadn't yet learned this particular flavor of disappointment. Psychologists call this ambiguous loss. You're grieving someone who's both gone and not gone. Present in memory, absent in safety. Real in the past, impossible in the present. An ambiguous loss doesn't resolve cleanly. It lingers, it resurfaces, it disguises itself as missing them. But what you actually miss, the person you were before you knew better. The psychological mechanism at work, three systems are colliding inside you. 1. The reward system, still seeking the intermittent dopamine, hit 2. The attachment system, still trying to achieve felt safety. 3. The narrative system, still trying to make the story make sense. When these three align around one person, especially a person who hurt you, you don't just remember them, you become physiologically bonded to the pain itself. This is called trauma bonding, and it's not about dramatic events. It's about the nervous system learning that love equals unpredictability, connection equals anxiety, safety equals vigilance. Your body learned to associate them with survival-level importance, not because they were good for you, but because they kept you in a state of constant activation. A framework for untangling. You can't think your way out of a nervous system response, but you can create new conditions for your brain to learn from. Step 1. Name the pattern, not the person. Stop asking, why do I miss them? Start asking, what pattern am I craving? Was it the intensity, The validation during the good moments, the feeling of being needed, the fantasy of finally being enough. You're not missing them. You're missing the role you played. Step 2. Track the trigger architecture. Notice when the longing appears. Is it when you're lonely? When you're bored? When you feel unmoored? When you need to make a decision? The missing isn't random. It's your nervous system reaching for a familiar pattern when the present moment feels uncertain. Step 3. Redirect the activation. Your body is generating real energy, anxiety, longing, restlessness. These are activation states. You can't suppress them, but you can redirect them. Move your body intentionally. Create something with your hands. Engage in a task that requires focus. Don't try to calm the longing. Metabolize the energy it's generating. Step 4. Build predictable micro-experiences. Your nervous system is starving for consistency. Create tiny, repeatable moments of safety. Morning routines you control. People who text back reliably. Environments that feel stable. You're retraining your brain that safety can be boring. That good doesn't have to feel like gambling. Step 5. Grieve the story, not just the person. Write out the narrative you needed to believe. I thought if I loved them enough, they'd become safe. I thought pain was the price of connection. I thought their chaos meant I mattered. Let yourself mourn the story, not because it was true, but because you needed it to survive. The integration model healing isn't about forgetting. It's about integration. You hold both truths. They mattered to you and they hurt you. You were bonded and you were harmed. You miss them and you're safer without them. This isn't contradiction. This is complexity. The goal isn't to stop missing them. The goal is to recognize the missing for what it is. A nervous system echo, a pattern seeking completion, a younger part of you still waiting for safety that never came. You can honor that part without letting it make your decisions. The quiet truth. You miss them because your brain is loyal, even to pain, even to chaos, even to patterns that nearly destroyed you. That loyalty isn't a flaw. It's evidence of your capacity for attachment, for hope, for belief in transformation. The work now is teaching that loyalty to turn toward yourself, to become the consistent presence you kept hoping they would be. Not because you're broken, but because you've been waiting for someone to show you that safety doesn't have to be earned. You can be that person for yourself. You're not going backwards. You're integrating what you've survived, and that takes time.